Hey, this is Dan
and Bob
from GigaBoots.com, and welcome to GigaBoots Podcast number 80. You know, Bob, it's been a little while since we've done this, and never have we looked as professional as we do now.
Yeah, we've definitely seen an upgrade here.
I look back at episode 79, which was recorded 2 years ago, and I think, what unprofessional schmucks. Don't they realize they need an audio compressor? A fancy live stream layout that is barely done? This is a joke that is nowhere near done? I think these things.
Yeah, you think
Don't they need hosts on the podcast that know the difference between Capcom, Namco, and Konami?
No.
Oh, now it's a podcast.
There you go.
Got our bangers going. Hope you people like Dragon Quest. Because not only is this the fan mail unboxing song, until further notice, it is the podcast song. But hey, Bob.
Hey.
How's it been going?
It's going okay, I guess.
You guys?
Yeah. Yeah, we're doing a podcast. It's been a while. We did some podcast-like stuff for E3.
Yeah.
But that's the latest thing we've done that's like this.
Yeah, I mean, we wanted to bring this back for a while.
Right.
But it was like finding a spot for it and finding the schedule.
Mm-hmm.
So the new plan is that Wednesday night, not Thursday morning like it is now, we will do this live show, and then it'll go up as an archive on YouTube later. In the future, we're hoping to do this over on Twitch, so if you guys could follow us on Twitch. Wait a second. We have a thing to promote everyone's Twitch but ours.
Yeah, I asked about that. And I
thought I made a button.
Okay.
I have a link to my Steam account. Maybe I should just push that for no
That didn't even
work. Wait, oh, there it goes. that's a pretty good button.
Probably not where you're going to find this, but...
It's probably not where you're going to find it. You're probably gonna find it at twitch.tv/gigaboots. But make sure you follow us there so that way you can catch them live every Wednesday night is the plan.
Right.
You gotta say it like that.
That's definitely the plan.
Because then the moment you don't do it, they're like, oh, we caught you. It's
sometimes Wednesday and Thursday night are very similar nights. I don't know what you're talking about.
Wednesday and Thursday? Not even Wednesday night, Thursday morning, just no. Wednesday and Thursday night. We're running 24 hours late.
Yes, I don't put it past this.
Somehow I spent so long setting up news desk and layouts and other things that I stumble into my job and I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing here. And I'm just in that state for the whole 9-hour, 10-hour shift.
Yes.
And then I stumble out of my job. Which isn't a good look, stumbling out of a liquor store. It's not a good look.
It's a dangerous look.
It is a very dangerous look. Oh man, Firehawk's not gonna follow us on Twitch. Why is this not on Twitch? This isn't on Twitch because of reasons. It will be next time though.
Wow.
And then the archive will go up on YouTube. We split our love. Evenly. But yeah, next week. Next week it'll be on Twitch.
Definitely Twitch.
It'll be on Twitch.
Twitch.
You know, there's a problem if the Mega Man 11 demo comes out tomorrow.
What's
Not
that?
to dip into our news.
Oh no.
But I figured I'd jump ahead to discuss that. That was when the weekly beating was going to premiere. So
that's bad.
maybe we set that premiere to go a little bit earlier than before.
Oh, I was thinking maybe it's just later, but...
Oh, no. You set that to go live, so that way we're setting up for the actual live stream while it's playing.
And they get a full 30 minutes or something while we're setting up and 30 minutes late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, you're saying, so it would be 30 minutes of the weekly beating, 30 minutes of us still not being done.
No, we'd be done after that.
You're saying we would compensate for the 30 minutes it would take us?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, no, that's a good plan.
Yes.
I like that plan.
Might work.
Baby. We'll see.
Spider-Man also comes out tomorrow night.
It does. Are you?
I feel like I'm...
It looks incredible.
Yeah, I'm
sitting here as an Infamous fan, and I'm like, ooh,
yeah,
maybe.
I want to try it, for sure.
Yeah. We always hit hardware issues, but luckily things have gotten a lot easier since we got a permanent thin HDMI cable constantly going across the room. Because a lot of it was, run this HDMI cable across the room.
Hope nothing bad happens.
Nothing bad happens, and guess what? Something bad happens. Flynn Ju says, I've been trying to download that Fist of the North Star demo for hours. My internet has been awful lately. We know that feel.
Yeah, but I was actually able to download it.
Luckily, we're doing all right now, which is good, because how else do you do amazing podcasts like this one? Speaking of which, I'm going to spam that Twitter link. I saw Mr. Feel in here calling us vampires.
That's fair.
But even vampires sleep, he noted.
Look, 2 hours is enough. It's fine.
Captain Netbeer apparently got off of work with 100-degree fever. Jesus, that's bad, man. But yeah, I noticed Firehawk, I didn't mention this anywhere else, but Firehawk actually has set his Twitch to auto-host our Twitch. So when we go live, we're on his channel. I always find that sort of thing really weird because, like, I go to someone's channel and I'm like, oh, they're live. And then I click, yes, I know, pass the remote. That's why we're going to do it on Twitch. I click to their thing and it says they're live, and then I check and then they're hosting some random people I've never heard of.
Huh.
How weird, those random people I've never heard of.
Cool.
Nice. We're moving up in the world.
It's the way we like to be.
So Bob.
What's up?
What have you been playing lately?
I actually got to play a tiny bit of that Fist of the North Star demo.
Oh, okay, cool. You should hand me the Super NES controller so I can queue up a different song since, you know.
This is one's probably driving them insane.
Something like that. How's the Fist of the North Star demo?
It seems pretty cool. It's probably one of the best, like, anime tie-in games I've played.
Mm-hmm.
I played the demo back when it was in Japan, so I got to play most of the same content.
You went to Japan for the demo? That's pretty cool.
With the Japanese store.
Oh, it was on the Japanese. Oh.
I
wasn't sure. That was unclear. I was really excited. I apparently missed you being out of town.
Yes.
No.
But yeah, it's got an English dub now, which is fun. It's the only Yakuza game released since the original was an English dub.
Yeah, it's sad that was such a positive surprise.
Yes, Star Falcon, it is 2016.
Welcome to 2016, motherfucker.
We did not pick up Zone of the Enders 2, Firehawk.
I have not yet. That is the correct phrasing.
I saw someone on Twitter saying that they removed all credits of the original creators. Mm-hmm. That's insane.
Yeah, that's the sort of thing where it's like, man, what a catch-22. I can support the product by buying it and let them know that I'm interested in another.
Mm-hmm.
Or I can not buy it because they were jerks.
Right.
I know which one of these is, you know, more likely to happen, but it's frustrating. It's frustrating to have to choose between those two.
It's also kind of weird that it's only a second game. They didn't like do both like they did on the PS3.
Mm-hmm.
And it might be even more expensive than the 2-pack. I can't remember.
Maybe. But it's got VR. They couldn't do VR for both. I mean, they would have to make a second VR implementation.
I guess.
And it is 40, right? Or is it 30?
It might be 30. I can't remember.
And I don't know. It's because Zone of the Enders is basically a tech demo anyway. I agree, Mr. Field. But some people have a really soft spot for it.
Yeah, the first one is weird and definitely not near as much of a complete game.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's neat. I think it was an interesting showcase, and it's nice to have it just, this is all of them on the newest platform.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes, we did avoid the hurricane, Star Falcon. We were
tropical depression.
Whatever. I don't know what it landed at, okay?
Oh, it was tropical depression. That's why even being at the fringes of it, it was like, oh no, rain.
Right? It was really rainy, though.
For a very short bit, it was raining sideways. And the rest of the time, it was just raining kind of heavy.
There's a ditch behind my job.
Yeah.
Not a ditch, but it used to be a...
Okay, so imagine a ramp that a truck would drive into so you can unload it, but goes down into the earth and it's pavement. So that way the back of the truck lines up with normal level for everyone else. Imagine that filled with disgusting rainwater.
Yeah, no, that thing is literally like... It's deeper than I am tall. Like, significantly.
Right, because it's fully, to make a truck level with the ground. It's really deep.
It is completely filled with disgusting water now.
So what you're saying...
Clearly a safety hazard for everyone.
An incredibly great place to kill someone. By just pushing them in.
Yeah, no.
They won't escape.
There's also cement stairs in part of it.
Yeah.
So,
that's pretty weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that thing's
Yeah, bad.
But yeah, that whole thing, Norman? Was that the name of the...
I feel like it wasn't.
Yeah. No?
Yeah,
You know,
maybe.
topical depression, Norman?
I
No?
don't think it was Norman.
Okay.
I thought it started with the G.
Gordon.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe Gordon.
In any case, yeah, that landed a good bit west of us, so we're all in the clear. So the Yakuza demo was pretty good from what you played?
Yeah, it seemed pretty neat. I enjoyed. Yeah, Spaceman confirms Gordon.
Okay, cool.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else I had played that wasn't just stuff for the channel. I feel like it probably wasn't, because I did think of Dragon
Well,
Quest.
we could talk about what we played for the channel that's coming out tomorrow.
Okay.
Well, we did an episode of the weekly bidding for Soul Calibur HD on the 360, which, as it turns out, if you search Soul Calibur HD on Google, it'll just bring up the second game. Because they also did an HD re-release of that on both platforms. But for some reason, that first one will never surface. I don't know. Ew. Ew. Ew.
Yeah.
Oh, no. That's terrible, Flinju. That is horrible. That is a horrifying story. A harrowing tale. But yeah, we actually bought Soul Calibur on the original Dreamcast to play for that episode, and it just didn't work.
Yeah.
It was a real bummer. So we went and spent $10 whole on the 360 to get that version. And right as we're about to boot it, it goes, "Hey bud, this works on the Xbox One," and we're like, "Why didn't you say this sooner?" And it's fine.
Right, but I mean, at least at that time we didn't even have a second Xbox One controller yet.
Yes, but we do now.
We do now.
So we're
two-player Xbox One. Whoa.
For all the games on that.
Yeah, like.
Let me be clear, I'm buying fucking Killer Instinct.
I was gonna
because
say.
I'm gonna make Bob do an episode of the weekly beating against me on Killer Instinct, so that way he can just shit on the game the whole time.
The game's great. It's got Rash.
Battletoads are very important for your fighting game.
Yeah.
I don't know
I
why
think I believe that guy came out like over a year ago, and they still don't have their Battletoads game out.
Right.
They didn't even announce it for a year after that came out.
Mr. Field says you could do that on PC anyway. It's on Steam now for like $20. Yeah, but people don't realize how much of a pain PCs can be to record and other things. I mean, we have a second controller, so it's more like, why not do it on... Yeah. Look, we have an Xbox One X. We have to find something to do with it. That's basically what it boils down to. There's nothing fancier than this.
We can race in Forza.
Can we? Does that do split screen?
I think the Motorsports ones do. The good ones, the Horizons don't do that. But
Right,
but you can play for Motorsport.
Yes. Shenmue and GigaBoots, yes please. Danny Richardson seems to want us to do a Shenmue video. Well, luckily for you, Danny Richardson, we are interested in doing that too. At some point, we will do a Shenmue video.
Shenmue.
What?
Will happen somehow.
It will. Absolutely.
Maybe Dragon Quest 11, whenever I get that. I don't know.
Which may be tomorrow.
Maybe tomorrow. But that's like Dragon Quest 11, Spider-Man,
And Mega Man 11.
Mega Man 11.
And I know which one's more important, Mega Man 11 or Dragon Quest 11.
Right, Mega Man 11 definitely just blows them all out of the water.
If I quit my job, Dragon Quest 11 would surface to the top real fast. Be like, man, all I have to do is run the YouTube channel. Shit, yeah, I'm gonna play an RPG again for the first time in my life. And like, oh lord, when was the last time I played an RPG to completion? Ignoring ones on the channel. So that knocks out Pokemon Ruby. Sorry, Oraz. Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. It knocks that one out. That
I guess
doesn't count.
Pokemon Platinum then? No, Black and White 2?
Yeah, Black and White 2. Well, no, I beat X and Y.
Okay.
I did some of the endgame content too, and I was furious. But you know, it's fine. Firehawk is pessimistic about the Mega Man 11 demo coming tomorrow. I guess we should talk about... Nah, we'll cover that later in the news. It's the last thing on our news list. You know, I realized since we're using this to look at the news and the chat...
Yeah. It's a little complicated.
One might say impossible.
I guess we could have half and half.
Oh my god. You think this is some good operating system?
No. Clearly not.
This Chromebook technology.
Fox. Was her hate.
Oh, Fox is here. With her hate. I wish Fox didn't hate the gays so much.
Yeah, what is up with that, Fox?
The gay bashing. Oh my god, for a second there, it looked like, oh, it's doing it!
Exciting!
This is pretty hype, guys. This Chromebook is pretending it's a real computer pretty convincingly. Okay, maybe not as convincingly as one would hope, but pretty convincingly. One sec.
I'm convinced.
It could have fooled me!
There we go.
We're getting there. It's gonna do it. We got this. No? That only resized one of those windows?
Of course. You know, I can't accept both.
Hey Vox, how was your X6 live stream? See, Mr. Field talking about my ascension. Dan can finally do the channel full-time and just instantly become the biggest subhuman weeb JRPG fan.
There you go. That's the real goal.
Mr. Field, just the other day on Facebook, I read the sentence, what was it? I thought I grew past anime, but I'm really enjoying Persona 5. I saw 47 comments under it, and I'm like, holy shit, that person sure did start some shit with some people. And then I clicked, and it was just some guy screaming at her that Shin Megami is a much better game. I say screaming, but he was just being obnoxious. He's like, Shin Megami Tensei is a much better game. It's not all about your waifus.
Oh, God. Great.
And I'm like, man, I looked under a shitty post to see shitty comments, and they were shittier than I expected. But yes, Danny Richardson, as Star Falcon said, this is Lufia 2, which has some really great music. Apparently Vox hit a new personal best today. Congratulations, Vox. Keep cutting. Now then.
I'll have you know that because of her doing those streams, I'm like, I wonder what the Devil May Cry 2 speedrun is.
You see what you're doing, Vox?
It's awful. I'm like, why am I looking at this? This is sick. There's this part in that speedrun where the dude like hits an elevator, leaves the room, does like 3 other things, and then the elevator's done going down when he comes back, and he has to jump into it. Just still wait, because the elevator takes that long to descend.
Mr. Field says, if you say Persona is good, a heavy-set, hard-breathing man crashes through your window, lands on the broken glass, and screams, main line is better, before fainting. Presumably from blood loss.
Right. I'm honestly surprised it wasn't Persona 3 is better. That's usually what I see.
Right. Oh man, that guy.
Yeah.
Oh man. Sorry, I know I made it sound like only one guy has that opinion, but me and Bob were at a thing, and we were like talking about Persona. It was 5, right? We were talking about 5?
4 or 5, and just the series in general.
And he's like, 5's pretty good, and I'm like, yeah, a lot of people don't, because he seemed a bit more casual, right? I was like, most people haven't played Persona. Persona 5's really good. And he's like, oh, I've played Persona. Persona's great. I'm like, oh, cool, yeah. He's like, 3 is the best. And me and Bob just like, record scratch moment, like, we gotta go. That was the mood in the room. It was oh. I didn't anticipate a moment like that. Let me put it like that. Final Fantasy Mystic Quest is better than Persona, which is both better than Shin Megami Tensei Fight Me. You know?
Isn't Mystic Quest a weird American Final Fantasy?
Yes, Final Fantasy USA.
Okay. Just check.
Where, you know, the main character just goes, USA! USA!
I'm sure that's a line straight up there.
Uh-huh. Yes. Yukari Yakumo says, personally, I'm quite fond of 4. Yeah, 4 is excellent. A lot of people make the arguments 4 is better than 5. What I usually don't hear is the argument that 3 is better than both of them. Which can be interesting if your opinion's stated in a way that's constructive and interesting, but I feel like that guy was just obnoxious.
He wasn't having it, no. Like, because there's interesting themes going on for Persona 3. It has a lot of neat stuff there. It's just that the music is great, but the game structure is messed up and not great.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, that's the best. It's like,
and then you were like, well, there's that later release that fixed a lot of it. He's like, no. The original was perfect. And that's when me and Bob were like, this guy's fucking crazy.
Right?
And a reason to leave this party. But, you know, whatever. We're not here to debate personas, okay? Right. We're here to talk about what we've been playing. Hey, Bob, do you want to know what I've been playing?
What have you been playing, Dan?
I can't see the Google Calendar from here. What's the Giving Games a Chance that's going up? Oh, I've been playing Shinobi 3DS.
Oh, no.
Oh no! We gave that a chance, and that'll be going up early next week. Bob he bought that at launch.
Yeah.
So
or rented it. I can't even remember.
I think you bought it, man. I could have sworn you bought it, and I was like, "What are you doing?" And then you traded it in, and I was like, "Okay, he figured it out."
It was so bad. But you know, that's what the game giving him a chance series for. It's for being like, maybe I misassessed this.
Yeah. Aussie Legends like Lufia 2 music, baby, and then I changed it apparently right at that exact moment. But it's okay. I'm looking through Lufia 1. Let's see what Port Town sounds like in Lufia 1. Lufia 1, not as good.
Yes, Mr. Field, there was a Shinobi game on the 3DS. It was made by some trash dev.
Who made, what was it, Kung Fu Panda?
Kung Fu Panda and a bunch of other movie tie-in games.
And it's a 2D platformer, action platformer on the 3DS, but with 3D graphics that run at sub 30 frames per second. Now, that upset Bob, but it was okay for me because I only had to render out the video in 4K 30 frames per second. So I was like, this is baby's work. Admittedly, because I have the lower screen superimposed on the upper screen, it was not baby's work, and it was hard to render.
I'm sure.
But it's fine. It got it done in under 3 hours. I'm very proud.
Fresh and Wild Shinobi games on the Genesis are pretty cool. Definitely check some of those out if you've only played the arcade version. They're very different. Like, yes. Especially the Shinobi 3. That's my favorite.
Yes.
Of the 2D.
We're going to go cave. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, actually, no, castle. Castle? No, that's too bombastic. We're going cave. This is spooky. Spooky talk with GigaBoots. Ooh. Is this not even Spooktober? Let's see. Yeah, the Lufia 2 battle themes are some of the best music ever. Better or worse than Ninja Gaiden game where you have to hold the DS sideways and swipe the screen like a sword. I don't know, Bob. We may have to give that game a chance.
That Ninja Gaiden game is way better. I can tell you that right now. I actually enjoy parts of that game. It was a dumb idea.
Incredibly.
It was a lot of like, man, this wasn't a good suit for the console at all. Mm-hmm. But it was still kind of neat.
Yeah, I played very little of that. Very, very little. But you know. How are you crazies even awake? We're always awake at this hour.
Right.
It's 1:30. Bob, do you even remember the last time you went to sleep? Sleep, not a nap, but to sleep before 1:30 a.m.
It probably can. I cannot remember that happening anytime.
Oh, like Danny Richardson wants us to play some Battle Chess music. Okay.
Pretty good.
It's a real banger.
Yes. Is this getting a final release? I really need that.
It's just the sound of static, like the warm static sound of a fucking vinyl. And you're like, oh, it's so warm. It's like you and two other hipsters with really thick mustaches and girl pants on, and they're just like, it's such a nice warm sound. Oh, listen to that warmth. There's so much warmth.
I played a tiny bit of Blade Strangers because I picked that up.
Yes, I was like, I know Bob played a little bit of something else, and I couldn't remember what. Yeah, Blade Strangers.
Yes, Girl Hack. We do survive on no sleep.
Yeah, that's the only way we run this channel. We have our normal lives, and then the only time we have available, the only time our retail wage slave jobs don't work us is overnight. So that's when we get to run the channel.
Yeah, so it's
a messy box art.
This is the reverse cover.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay, what's the normal?
Normal cover.
Is it any less mess? No.
Yeah, it's still a ton of stuff going on.
Yeah. But for those who don't know, Blade Strangers is good job.
Yeah.
Maybe hold it by the top. Like, yeah, there you go.
That might.
Yeah, it's hard to see from that distance.
Right. It's like it's too. But I don't know. The reverse cover at least is done by like one of the Street Fighter artists.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Let me see it again. Okay, I can see it. Yeah.
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 I always like his stuff or her stuff. I think.
Her. Yeah. Pretty sure.
And it came with a little, like this little phone charm of Umehara Kawase. So that's neat.
Really?
Yeah.
Not very recognizable. Like only barely there. You know, if you know what Umehara looks like, you'll get it.
Right.
But only barely.
So, yeah, I don't know. It's a really like simplified fighting game. I only got the PlayStation Arcade mode once, and I didn't have time to do anything else.
We got opinions about vinyl.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, Lord.
You don't...
Man, I wish these were better labeled. so I wouldn't have to keep clicking through. Come on, we're almost there.
Yes, we're keeping more people up late. Take that, laser kid.
Take that, sleep. Okay. No, not good enough. Man, this is killing me. I'm about to just play some Killer Instinct. Yeah, I wanted something casual, but Killer Instinct it is.
Right? My boys Isaac and Quote got into Blade Strangers, so that this validates me.
Yeah, who else in that game, Bob?
That game has Isaac from Binding of Isaac, 2 characters from Cave Story, Quote and what's their name? Brace. Code Princess characters, Umahara Kawase characters. I think that one of these characters is from an unannounced game from Nicholas, the publisher.
Nicholas!
Shovel Knight's here. Azure Striker Gunvolt's here.
Where's Beck?
Beck is not here. I think they knew better. I
Weird.
think that they were like, they probably could get back if they wanted, but nobody wants him. Nobody. So yeah, it's kind of neat to see that many, like small indie games put into a fighter like this. The graphics are not good at all, but other than that, it seems like it might be a neat game.
Let's go ahead.
Need to play some more of it.
Yeah, we will definitely be doing an episode of the weekly beating of that eventually. Laser Kid says, so I pre-ordered the Super IT last month. Should have it sometime this month. This is your fault. Fair.
It's a good system, honestly. It's real nice and a good value for the price as well. It's not like the Analog NT where it's
a really high-end thing.
right.
I'm gonna just up that orchid theme because it's good. Good music. Right. My jam. Anyway, you know what I've been playing?
What's that?
I've been playing around with Pocket 4K footage for the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Cam 4K.
At it again.
The entire community hates that name. Blackmagic design. So usually you get Blackmagic BM Pocket Cinema Cam 4K. 6 fucking letters.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Numbers in a fucking an acronym or an initialism. That's insane. Anyway, Blackmagic makes the camera we currently use. They make the cameras that Giant Bomb uses. They make good equipment, but the problem is that our camera is like, it's 1080p and it sends out a log signal, and I gotta correct it in OBS. And as you can see, that doesn't look exceptional. The Pocket 4K has a number of advantages, like video quality and all sorts of other stuff, but more importantly to this live show, I'll be able to color grade it in camera, so it will actually have a normal, very nice looking setup for that.
Cool.
Nice. Nice. What is that, whole week?
Yukari Yukumo wants to know if we'll give La Mulan or La Mulan 2 a go. We've actually, both, I believe, played a little bit of the first one.
It is funny that Firehawk abbreviated Blackmagic intensity to BMI. But yeah, we played a little bit of the first.
Not much.
But that was a while ago, and we didn't like do a deep dive. It wasn't even like an hour straight just concentrating on it. Which the curse of doing the Given Games a Chance series is that it is a whole hour long and it is 4K, so that way it's the highest quality, footage there is out there. Because I think it's important, color grade the news desk's colors will pop. Yeah, definitely.
There's colors on there to pop,
Mm-hmm. It would be hilarious if we just had Tosh do colored Sharpie news desk, and then I'm like, see, new camera. It always looked like this. But yeah, I do need to play some La Mulana for sure. I'm interested. Its aesthetic is more interesting to me. It appeals to me more than a lot of Metroidvanias.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. I don't know that I'm changing the song for the rest of the podcast.
Need that yeah going.
It's good. It's like a skip and a hop away from He-Man's Hey Yeah. Wait, not Hey Yeah.
Hey Yeah.
I said It's not Hey Ya, because Hey Ya is Outcast.
Oh.
And that's why I was like, why did I say that? But no, it's Three Non-Blondes. You know, what's going on? That's the name of the song.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway.
I don't think there's anything else.
But yeah, in any case, I'll wrap up the Pocket 4K thing. I got to mess with the footage, and getting to mess with the footage and having enough different directors, because they have a bunch of people coming out and using the camera, based on their testimony and just getting my hands on the raw footage. It's really solid. Like, it absolutely is. Like, there aren't any major shortcomings on that end. And at the end of the day, even if it doesn't deliver, like, a lot of the stuff, that guy who filmed the mountain bike segment, which I posted on the technical BS section of our Discord. So if you're not on our Discord, go over to our Discord and check that out. They film it in 4K 60 frames per second and slow it down to 25 frames per second because they're European. Right. They filmed that whole thing in RAW. They filmed that whole thing 60 frames per second. And they filmed that whole thing. There was they filmed it using the USB Type-C port to record it directly onto an external solid state drive like we're doing.
Right.
The exact model we got, actually.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, that confirmed it. I'll get it. And of course, I delayed on ordering it. Star Falcon, that's complicated. I delayed ordering it until now, so that way I would get mine about a month after everyone else, because I don't want to have the first shipment.
First wave, yeah.
I learned that.
Always danger.
Even if it's a company that has a relatively good track record, which I wouldn't say that about Blackmagic. I would say they have, a sort of sketch one. I think the problem is less that they have a bad track record and more that they have the worst customer support in human history. It's okay, just screaming at them eventually gets your thing returned. Yeah, that footage looks great. Everything's fine. So I'm really excited.
Oh man, Fireheart figured out complications.
Oh yeah, we lost all the cats. No, the first person who wants us to film their cat for 4K Cats has a black cat, which was the trickiest thing to film in all of the 4K Cats Kickstarter project. And I'm like, hey Bob, fuck. Because it's what you don't think about it is the color black is black because it doesn't bounce as much light. It retains the light, so the sensor isn't being fed with enough light detail. So now you have chroma noise because these cameras don't apply.
What Dan's saying is we need a cat spotlight.
Yeah, we just need to we need to paint the cat. How do you lose 4,000 cats? But yeah,
it's easier than you might think.
The Blackmagic Intensity Shuttle, which is the one that used USB 3.0, is actually the first capture card we used for GigaBoots way back in the day. And the first unit they sent us was broken, and it took me like, what was it? It took me about 10 months to 100% confirm it was the capture card. Because I didn't have a lot of money to keep swapping parts out and check, right?
Right.
And I confirmed, and I called them up, and I designed the whole PC around it. And they were like, no, your PC just doesn't have enough bandwidth. And I just yelled at them. Send the camera for Vox. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do with a camera I've been waiting 6 months to come out.
Right, yeah.
I'm just going to ship it immediately to someone else. Man, water is delicious.
Well,
I'm just saying.
Okay.
You eat some Taco Bell, you start to value water.
Yes, it's very necessary. All that sodium, you need to...
It's true.
Drown it out.
As everyone knows, I do not need more salt. I am fine as is. Yeah. And I think that's everything we played. Obviously there's some stuff we also did for the site, but those videos are going to be coming up in the next couple of weeks or whatever down the road. We've been doubling, tripling even down on production of GigaBoots. And I'll tell the 27 people here right now, so that way you guys can decide for yourselves whether or not we made the right call. The choices were bring back the GigaBoots Gaming Podcast and do it live and do it on a specific day every week. Bring back GT versus Super. This is how we'll know if Mr. Feel's still watching.
Right.
Or do a Pokemon movie podcast. And though we are still interested in the Pokemon movie podcast, and I might drag Bob through GT versus Super.
Yeah, if we do that plan I was talking about,
where we skip the entire second arc of Super because it's just a movie recap. Right. Yeah. No, that sounds interesting. Firehawk, I can guarantee you, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna play Fox's Skullgirls ever again.
It's just over.
It's over. Yep. Nope. Pokemon movie podcast, you say this is relevant to my interests. And mine too. Problem is we have a limited amount of time. Yeah, see, there you go. Mr. Feel has the same idea.
Yeah, like that.
It was really interesting, I think, to suffer through one of them.
Okay.
Suffering through both doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Yeah. But he likes our gaming news recaps too. It was a really hard decision, and ultimately, at the end of the day, I just wish we had more time to run the channel.
Right, like that's a pre-recorded one, so we could
do it a little bit more easily, but it would still decimate the productivity for an entire night.
Yeah,
because you guys got to think like
if we had time to do another one, we could do that, but we just don't.
Yeah, as is, it seems like we don't. Flynn Shu said the Skullgirl stream, you know, give him the opportunity to plug in a joystick, give him a reason to plug a joystick into a PC to practice that game a bit. So maybe we should do another one.
I mean, it was fun. It's cool to play with the community.
Fresh and Wild apparently found Skullgirls because of us. So hey, that's awesome.
Getting the word out.
Because we're both supporters. We're both Indiegogo backers of the DLC character set, which was probably the best backer campaign I've ever been a part of.
Yeah, it was really good.
Because
they did a really
Bloodstained
good job
isn't out. And then once Bloodstained comes out, that's it.
Right.
Every time you lose a match, I want you to stick your ton on a 9-volt battery. That way we can see Fox commit salt and battery. Because it's like assault and... I just, you know, I figured I like the game, dislike Mike Z. It's a shame. I feel like there needs to be a better understanding of the divide between liking a piece of work and hating the piece of shit behind it. That's how I feel. Like, you can still admire the workmanship of a thing while thinking the guy who made it was a total bastard. I'm still sad that I'm a $250 backer for the Night Dive remake of System Shock. Ooh. Hey Vox, welcome back. Bob, what were you gonna say about
I was like, I mean, it's not only Mike Z, there's a ton of other people working on the game, of course, and that he's the guy behind the gameplay, but I feel like
you know, there are tons of artists alone and other gameplay people. Alex Ahad, you know.
Right.
It's more than just him. But case in point, Fez. Yeah.
Oh my god. I figured that System Shock thing went bad because I hadn't seen anything new on it in like over a year.
Yeah.
But now seeing somebody here actually
being like
hurt by it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always easy to imagine something like that, but it's something else to be talking to the exact person. Spooky spinal thing. Spinal. This is where we get Jim Rackers and go, I hate skeletons!
All too real. Who doesn't hate skeletons?
That is a good question.
Just seeing Nightmare of First Christmas once ruins, man.
Scarred for life. You know, the cool thing about that Xbox One controller you picked up is that it was used, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like fresh, and I think that's a statement.
Right,
it feels perfect.
It's probably more of a statement of someone stealing it, because that's something that's real.
Why do people always say rat gazer? He gazes at racks. Rack gazer. That glottal T, man, it's ruining our language. We need to get rid of it. Everyone needs to pronounce every T. Hi, Lady Lunar. How's it going?
Look, it's not my bones.
I'm a backer for Starmazer, the Kickstarter game that Alex Moore and DMCA YouTubers over music for playing that damn game. Yeah, funny thing, the Game Gear battery life test video actually features music from Alex Moore, and she auto-claimed the video years ago, years after she said it was okay that I used it. And I was like, hey, you said it was okay that I use it. What's going on? And she was like, oh, sorry about that. Accidental. Didn't mean to. Let me contact the company I have in charge of managing my copyrighted stuff. Blah, blah, blah. And then it got fixed. So it was really weird. Then later down the road, she's just throwing DMCAs on everything. And I'm like, holy shit.
Right.
Yeah, it's a real shame that, yet again, division of artist and art. Because the music she makes is pretty good. Yeah, that debacle was crazy, but we're not gonna go down that. We're not gonna venture into that. It's years old at this point, I'm pretty sure. At least 1 or 2 or 3. Man, this is a bit much, you know?
Yeah,
that other song was like smooth and I was like hanging out with it, but now I'm not.
Spinal's not okay for that. Spinal is not about hanging out.
It's about
not
being on
even for a
edge.
second. I mean, the guy can't even talk. He doesn't have anything more than a skull.
And he just cackles.
He might be able to scream.
He just cackles and screams, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So Bob.
What's up? What's up?
I heard
What'd you hear?
I heard we talk about gaming news on this podcast.
Oh, no. No. I don't think so.
You don't like gaming news?
Not gaming news.
Honestly, most of this reads like a press release. Can we zoom this out? So that way I can possibly, like, fit. Uh-huh.
Well, I just used that before, so maybe just that again, but I don't know.
It's fine.
Okay.
I already did it.
Okay.
Bob doesn't believe me. His letters don't fit.
So
Play Mega Man X7.
why would you say that, Jimmy Drew? That's just mean-spirited.
Just gonna put her in timeout.
So I led with that 2K gaming gambling debacle with the Belgian.
Well, real quick, we got other news to get to the bottom of.
Okay.
Man of Tron says, how old are those noodle packs?
The noodle packs don't expire, guys. That's a myth.
We still got about a year on this one. And that's not even expiration date. That's just Best Buy.
There's no way we could race Fox with X6 now. She's some sort of world record holder.
World-class deviant.
Right? Just get it like under an hour. That's ridiculous. No one should play that game enough to do that. And here she is, being a threat.
I'm not sure what Shar is talking about. Oh, okay. We're talking about that. Okay, gotcha. Anyway, Race Me at X7. No! Star Falcon says, I have an emergency ramen noodle I've had in my cabinet that is 30 years old now. Oh my god. That's terrible. Hey, Rasian, welcome to the GigaBoots
You'd probably
Podcast.
replace that emergency ramen with a new emergency ramen. I'd feel like 30 years, maybe the point you want to do.
By the way, we're gonna have a tradition. When these hit their expiration date, we'll eat them.
Oh no.
Right on the very last day of Best Buy.
It'll be best.
Yeah, we'll record it too, just to talk about it. Fox is a world-class deviant. Yeah, her Twitter proves that. True. If I see one more image that is terribly chopped together and spells out something, it says something completely asinine.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I won't like it. Danny Richardson says, man, remember when X4 looked like the future direction of the franchise? That was fun.
Wait, did she put up another one today?
Yes, that was very relevant, that thing I just said, but... Oh my god.
Oh no, it was the whiteboard. Oh god.
Can we just...
Not talk about things.
Maybe on the new camera they'll know the actual color of this.
No,
Okay, yeah.
never.
Seems unlikely. Yeah, the whiteboard one was good. That wasn't hers.
Okay.
Hers was the radioactive one that was a mess of things.
I didn't see that one.
But it inspired me to make the terrible one. Honesty.
See, you gotta start somewhere.
Yeah.
You gotta have goals. Reasonable goals that are attainable.
And then reasonable assessments of the execution of those girls. Is the color purple or blue, Dan? No.
Laurel.
Laurel? Yanni. Yeah, that's a good point. The purple-blue divide on that Splatoon, you know, inkling.
Oh.
Because remember, that's what he's referencing.
Okay,
the
yeah,
keychain
yeah.
that Tosh had.
Right.
She has a habit of saying things aren't colors if they're definitely in the color range. So that's what most of that argument was about. Because one time she looked at a thing. It was fucking green. It was fucking green. She's like, that's not green. I'm like, bitch, you crazy. This is fucking green. And she's like, no, that's more of a mint. Or something like that. I'm like, that's fucking green. She's like, but only barely. And I'm like, what the fuck is... And that was most of what that was about, you know?
So it just carried over into something that was far more ludicrous argument.
Kinda, yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, the problem was I was saying it was blue, not like that color is only blue, right?
Okay.
That was the beginning of the argument. I was like,
Okay.
that color is blue. And she's like, no, it's a different color. And I'm like, no, that is blue. It's a very purpley blue. Or I said it was purple. I think.
Right. I'm like, I don't want to get into.
But either
all
way,
this.
it's so ridiculous. I don't know if she does it to drive me insane or if her mind really just subdivides everything like that. Like, no, Mega Man's little details there on his X1 armor, that's not yellow. That's wheat. But okay. Now time to actually talk about the gaming news.
Sure. Why not?
I'm pulling up some different music.
Okay. So I'll go ahead and start it off.
Yeah, sure.
2K Games. 2K Games, the guys who released NBA 2K, which is coming out later this week. Belgium's Gaming Commission decided that their money or real money card packs
for this
are gambling. So they had to remove that feature from the game to release in Belgium.
Because they don't want gambling in things that are for kids over there. A very weird concept. Hard to understand.
So hard. So hard to get.
So hard that 2K doesn't understand why this is happening.
Right. They 2K believes that it's not gambling at all. And
right.
They told everyone or all the fans in the local area in Belgium to be like, hey, go tell the government that you guys want these cards.
Yeah.
And then later on, the producer from 2K, senior producer, sorry, says currency, or
this is a quote?
Yes, this is a quote. This is a quote. Currency is an unfortunate reality of modern gaming. Every game at some point, in some way, has currency, and you're trying to get additional revenue from each player that plays the game. And then he keeps going for a little bit. With, the question has to be, does it feel like a straight money grab versus when does it feel like it's value added?
That doesn't make...
Yeah, it's a bunch of okay, there's a lot of games that release without some sort of monetized currency system. You really don't need that in your yearly game.
I mean, there's a world of difference between having a currency system and having a random drop system.
Right, that too.
And he's just deflecting.
He is.
Clearly.
That's clearly, not even what things are about. It's about these randomly dropped player packs.
Yeah. I was going to do some Donkey Kong Country too, but the problem is these SPC files are so huge. I'm going to have to organize this at some point in time into... songs we play generally.
Yeah, that's true.
So that way it's easier on this podcast. But I'm gonna do some Street Fighter Alpha 2.
Yeah.
Oh right, it sounds
Somebody
really
was
weird.
suggesting Bloody Tears.
Yeah, because that's in Super Castlevania 4. I saw Street Fighter on the way to that. Oh cool. They didn't label any of these.
Mr. Field says 2K is the company that puts brands in their trophy icons just to squeeze that last micro bit of cash out of sponsors. That's insane. That's ludicrous. How do you even?
I feel like this music makes me feel like we're striking justice. What's your take on drop boxes?
Loot boxes?
Loot boxes.
Not positive.
Really?
Yeah, no. It typically can go really bad. And I hear that it is not a cosmetic thing at all. It's literally all gameplay focused. So if you want to be competitive at all in their online game, you better drop that money.
Do you regularly have customers that are heavy into this, or
Yeah, no. This 2K, people buy that currency a lot.
yeah.
Like they crave it. They can't get enough. Dan just decided the camera was not good enough.
I mean, your entire face was buried behind a laptop because you're leaning in to read it, so I'm trying my best to get an angle that correct. I don't think it's gonna happen.
Okay.
Not sure that that's... So it was fine until now.
Okay.
Then things will be different. As someone who plays Overwatch, you know,
Yeah.
somewhat regularly nowadays, I've mostly quit. I understand how it helps get another revenue stream for them, because we wouldn't have all the content we do have in that game if it didn't have some revenue stream like that.
Right.
But at the same time, I feel like there should be a better way.
Yeah, they at least there they keep it out of gameplay related stuff.
Right, and that's
and also
Yeah,
they're
we'll
not
do that.
Overwatch isn't a game with a year release schedule. It's not
Right.
something that's constantly being
Being
marketed
resold
and
to you.
resold to you. Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
and it is like,
But yeah.
it is cosmetic, but to some people it's incredibly
Oh, yeah.
important. Danny Richardson,
For
1,
sure.
we can't do that. We just have a Super NES. 2, even if we could, we wouldn't, because it would get claimed. That episode of the Weekly Beating isn't available in Germany and some other countries because of that.
Right. But yeah.
Man, Star Falcon, that's dangerous. I was too poor to buy thousands of dollars of Magic cards. Way too poor.
Yeah.
But let me tell you.
I love it every time people be like, oh, no, it's just like cards. And it's like, yeah, it is. And that's also really destructive.
Yeah. I don't know. Vox says, I don't know, adding random skins and sprays should just be the cost of wanting to keep the game relevant for a long time. Meh. What do you mean, cost for the player or cost for the developer? Like, what is your exact meaning on that? Because, you know, we don't want to have people thinking the wrong things.
Right?
Some people might say you're a pro publisher cuck if you don't watch yourself. I had something to pull up, but I totally forgot.
But yeah, I'm not a big fan of the way Overwatch does it either. I wish that they did make it easier to get what you want and not spend a ton of money if you're like those events are what really kill it. Like, oh my god. Either you're grinding like crazy for that month that's open, or you're just using real money to do it.
But at the same time, grinding like crazy does have the positive effect of making sure the community's all engaged at the same point in time.
It is.
That's
what they're aiming
This whole
for.
thing is so complicated.
It is.
I think the Overwatch model got a lot better when they added the currency you get from just normal loot boxes. Like, you do get, you know, some coinage
I
if
think
you
it
get a
even-
redundant drop.
I
you
thought
get
that it
more.
started with that. It was hardly giving you any.
No, I don't think it started with that at all.
Okay.
And then they added it like 2 months after launch because people are like, are you fucking serious? Either that or getting redundant drops didn't get you any money.
Yeah, or it might have just been tiny, minuscule amounts.
No, it was like none. And
Okay.
people were like, fuck you. Because, you know, it'd keep re-rolling the same Reaper skin.
Yeah.
They're like, I hated it the first time, I want to stab you the third time.
Oh man, remember when I started the Overwatch on PS4 and the very first loot box had 2 of the same sprays?
Yes.
That was good times. It looks like Vox is explaining herself, but it's a lot.
Yeah, I mean, it was in chat. People can read it. I read it. So, you know.
Okay.
Did you read it?
I didn't get a chance to read it.
Basically, she was saying that should be the cost for the dev to keep it relevant. Like, they should have to front the money to make skins, make sprays, just so their game stays relevant. But, like, it being relevant doesn't benefit them unless they can get a revenue model is the problem.
Right.
Or if they're an e-sport, which Overwatch is, but you can't support the model.
Yeah,
You can't support that content production on that model. Much like you can't support the production of an entire shitty animated show on the scraps you get from a $7 a month anime subscription, but I digress. Now it sounds like I'm making Digibro's point.
Yeah.
That American animated thing is definitely not them running away with the money and being able to front all of it. They used it as capital to help them get loans to help them produce that. And yes, that is off-brand, but they're not like being like, fuck you, anime companies. We're taking this money and making garbage. Because, no.
Right.
No. But whatever, it's fine. We're gonna talk about other stuff, though.
Sure.
This is where this news roundup starts to look more like a press release. Hey, Bob, I heard Battlefield 5 has a big new trailer.
Yeah.
He wrote that verbatim. So what's in this big new boy of a trailer?
They talked about their Battle Royale mode, which is called Firestorm.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. It's going to be 16 teams of 4.
Yep.
On the biggest Battlefield map
instead
ever.
of being 100 players, it's 64 players, and instead of being individuals, it's squads of 4.
Right.
And it's the largest Battlefield map ever, as Bob just put it. And they said fully destructible buildings for all the buildings in it.
Right.
I thought that was an interesting point. That's why I typed that bullet in myself.
And they...
Go ahead.
That trailer also showed off that you have some sort of building element to just the regular multiplayer game. You can like build structures.
Yeah, you can build structures. You can rebuild walls, like sandbags in the place of what used to be walls, and all sorts of things like that. They had a weird thing where I forget the military term for it, but it was the hole in the ground you could go prone in and shoot over.
A foxhole.
A foxhole, yeah. That you could literally build that. That was really weird.
Yeah, it's a weird element.
Wow, that's kind of crazy to be added at this point. Hey, any word on if Mega Man 11 is a Battle Royale? Doesn't seem like it, sorry. Battle Royale's not a buzzword, it's a shitty genre.
Right.
It's not that shitty.
It's a genre.
It's a genre that's getting pounded by everyone on the block.
Right, it's like, no, this isn't gonna last over another year, is it? I feel like the big one will survive. Like, I wonder if next year's Call of Duty is gonna have this mode, or next year's Battlefield, or 2 years later it's Battlefield. It'll have any relevance.
Bob, have you seen the movie Battle Royale?
Yes.
I have not. I wanted to.
I was like,
haven't.
I think I might have watched Battle Royale 2 with you. No?
No.
Okay.
No.
Battle Royale 2 is really bad.
That's what you've told me.
Comically so.
Yeah.
So, there's that. After the first movie is very serious. And the second movie is like, what if it's about a revolution, man?
Okay.
And I also tried to read the original Battle Royale book. That is a giant novel.
Is it?
Yes. It's also very graphic. Like, I couldn't get through it. It was just too much.
Huh. You don't like those visceral details about cleaving flesh from bone?
No, not really.
Weird. That's weird. Anyway, the next news bullet says Call of Duty Battle Royale.
Yeah, no. This is how bad. This is how slow the news week was, okay? So they announced their Battle Royale mode, which they gave us details. This is the first time they've done that. It's called Blackout. It's gonna be 80 players in the beta, at least. They say they might go up from there. It has zombies.
That was the part that made
has
me eye
zombies.
roll
Yeah,
so hard. They need their Battle Royale mode to have zombies. Fuck, man. That's insane.
Right?
Battle begins September 15th.
Beta begins, yeah.
I thought you wrote Battle begins. I'm like, man, this really is just a press release.
So, yeah, it's free to get into that PC beta if you want to give it a shot. No pre-order necessary.
Cool.
That's probably going to be really bad, but you know, it's there. If you like zombies, you can do that.
Star Falcon says Call of Duty Battle Royale Zombie Battlefield 5 Fortnite PUBG for the win. Yeah, it's great.
These companies, they just have to have it, man.
Yeah. It's like a gray goo problem with the genre.
Right.
It's eating everything, making everything into a homogenized thing. Why couldn't they have added a Metroidvania mode? That would be really fucking crazy.
It would be hilarious. I mean, there was that Call of Duty where they had a top-down shooter in it.
Right. I don't know, man. That was Black Ops, the original.
Yeah.
We reviewed that game.
We did.
Bob was taped into a chair in the review for that game. This is true facts. But you know, Bob, we have this next bullet of news showing that you just really fucking couldn't find anything.
Yes, but Dan, Henry Cavill.
Cavill?
I don't know how to say his name.
It's an A.
Cavill.
Yeah.
Okay, the guy who plays Superman.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna play The Witcher in The Witcher.
Thank you.
Yeah. I know.
I'm so
Everyone's
glad I know
excited.
this.
Everybody's excited.
I saw that in here,
and
I was like, what the fuck? Why would we? And then I go to a website, and it too has that news bullet, and I'm like, what the fuck? Why? But yeah, for the Netflix Witcher series.
Right, it's video game adjacent.
Yeah, so...
Because you know that game, that Netflix series would not happen without the Witcher games. There's no way.
Wait, yeah, no, they... Obviously.
Yeah.
In fact, they bought the rights, didn't they? Like, just outright, they bought them at a bargain, and the original guy's like, fuck, what have I done?
I think that's what happened.
Yeah, so of course. Like, his thing is, like, basically useless? I don't know. I don't think anyone's interested in that. Hey, unit number 2, we'll get to your level. Definitely gonna do that.
Yeah. Just throw it in the queue.
It's the 75309. Make sure you write that down, Bob. I'm sure he'll super chat it. Bob's writing. That's it,
right.
writing.
Yes.
Bob, here's some real fucking news.
Yes, definitely.
The realest shit. I bet it's showing up in tomorrow's Direct.
It probably is, you know?
Umihara Kawase, fresh. It was announced for the Switch.
Yeah.
What is it, Bob?
That is a brand new Umihara Kawase game. So, you know.
So fucking play it finally, assholes. Don't you want puzzle platformers involving fish lines and little girls? Mr. Field says no Direct. It got delayed because of earthquake. Oh, whoa. Whoa, that's breaking news. God damn.
Jeez.
So I guess Mega Man 11's just gonna go up with no fanfare. Because I can't see them.
I think that's so crazy. Like, I figured those things would be pre-made well in advance, but I guess the things are coming in hot.
Yeah.
Unit number 2 wants to know if we played The Messenger yet. I have not. I looked at it and was like, what's up?
Flinju says, I'm so glad the girl from Blade Strangers is getting her own game. Umihara Kawase, finally.
Yes, finally.
After all these minutes. My God. But yeah, The Messenger. Bob was interested.
You're right. But I really worry about things like that with...
Oh, why is that?
As soon as I heard, it's a Metroidvania, I was like, uh-oh, watch out. I was
Pump
like...
these brakes.
I was like, if we're a Ninja Gaiden-like game...
Yeah.
But when they were like, yeah, it's the Metroidvania elements, I'm like, I don't know anymore. I've been burnt too many times by this junk.
Chimichurru hopes that Code of Princess girl gets her own game.
Here's the name of the game. That doesn't work. It's gotta be other Blade Strangers girl.
They did do Code of Princess on the Switch that's 60 frames per second now, right?
They did.
And like much higher res.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, it's neat.
I really enjoyed that game. I think I messaged that publisher and I was like, hey, we would like to cover this, and they never returned my email, which is fine.
Yeah. I picked it up though, so if we wanted to play it, we could.
Oh, I didn't even, for some reason I didn't register that.
Okay.
Because I sent them that, obviously I sent that email like a month before the game came out, so we had time.
Right.
In fact, I offered to even make a review for it. That's how much I like Code of Princess. Plus, we already made a review. So I would have just been able to do like a, hey, let's cover what's different about this version sort of video.
Right, man.
What's up?
It still doesn't have the English dub from the 3DS version, which is unfortunate.
Oh, that is really unfortunate. Really, really unfortunate. Now, Bob, after these last 4 news stories,
yeah,
I was like, how the fuck? Umihara's real. Maybe we're on an upswing. I see Bob wrote some more. I'm excited to. And then I read, The Ninja Warriors : once again gets an official title with tentatively announced as Ninja Warriors again for the Switch.
Yeah.
And it took me a second. I was like, the fuck is Ninja Warrior? The Ninja Warriors. And then I see this bullet that says a port based on the 1994 released console game, The Ninja Warriors Again, which is a remake of the 1987 released arcade classic, The Ninja Warriors. And I went, oh shit. Really? Who in the hell?
Right?
Somebody's like, oh fuck, we own this.
Yeah, apparently it's being published by the same guys who did that Wild Guns port. So it might be the same developer. I'm not 100% sure because it was all a Japanese website, so I couldn't find out all the info. But same idea as that. Give it the 16:9 treatment. Add in new characters. Apparently, there are 2 new characters to play as.
Yaksha and Raiden.
Yeah.
And local 2-player co-op support. Whoa.
I don't know. I feel like we had some fun with it when we played it.
Yeah.
So it's neat to see a new version of that come.
Yeah.
This next one's kind of like 2 news articles in one.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
SNK teased their new title, or they announced a new title on September 10th.
They teased a new title on September 10th?
Yeah, they're gonna announce it. They put out a little tagline that says "A New Dawn Rising."
So they teased an announcement for a title on September 10th.
Yes.
Okay. And it says "A New Dawn is Rising"?
Yes, that's the tagline.
Okay.
The weird thing is that lines up with this new PlayStation event called PlayStation Lineup Tour, which is gonna be an hour-long live stream. That's a week before TGS, so it might be the replacement for their TGS press conference. People aren't sure. They didn't really make it clear if they're still doing a TGS press conference or not.
Yeah.
So it might be the replacement for that. That's what I found kind of more interesting about this article.
Yeah.
I feel like the New Dawn Rising thing, it might be a new Samurai Showdown. They've done a lot of teasing for that sort of thing, so maybe we'll see that. What's up, Dan?
I would have preferred a Metal Slug, but I understand a fighter's easier to make than...
You're right, they've already dug into that. Maybe it's new Metal Slug. Maybe I'm totally off base.
I mean, no, A New Dawn is Rising, or A New Dawn Rises sounds a bit more Sam Show than...
Right.
Watch, it's gonna be Last Blade.
There's no way they bring back Last Blade.
Just to fuck with me.
Samurai Showdown Sen 2. Don't you say that, Flynn.
Which one's
Sen is the 360 one. This is so bad.
Wait, we've played that. Wait, we have that, don't we?
Yeah, I believe we even did a weekly beating.
I don't think we did.
No? Okay.
I think we just have it. Why would you make a Metal Slug without ridiculous art? Well, check this out. What if they made a Metal Slug with ridiculous art?
I don't think that those...
You don't think the 3D models would have the head, like, and then explode?
I don't think they have a talented enough art team or 3D side to do that. I mean, have you seen their games?
I mean...
Like, they don't look terrible, but they definitely don't have animation on that level.
They don't have money, Dan.
yeah, see?
I know. I know. That's why I said, you know, obviously it's way easier to make a fighter than it is that. Plus, there's a more proven...
Look, Mr. Field, they put them in new costumes.
That's almost a mark against, Bob. That's almost a mark against. Plus, there's a more proven market for a fighting game than there is, you know. Yeah, well.
Yeah. Man.
What's the next piece of news, Bob?
Well, it's that Nintendo Direct news that apparently, I guess that's been delayed or canceled according to Mr. Field.
How suspenseful. We have no idea.
Right?
What if they do Metal Slug? What if they do to Metal Slug what the PS1 and PS2 did to Contra?
I mean, Contras were okay.
Yeah.
Like one of them was.
Neo Contra was fine.
Contra was.
Neo Contra is a fine game. Really, though, what we really want is ArcSys to make a Metal Slug.
That would be pretty great.
That would be incredible.
Honestly, I'd rather just have them make another sequel to Hardcore Uprising, but, you know, if they took tack Metal Slug, it could be neat. Their style is so much more like, so many fewer frames. Like, Metal Slug style is all having absurd amounts of frames.
Yeah.
And that's the opposite direction of what they do.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not even saying like a 3D ArcSys game. Like, I'm okay with them just doing another...
Yeah, but even 2D art, like, they never have a lot of frames. Like, they always go for a much smaller amount of frames to produce action than what you see in a Metal Slug.
Right, which, I don't know, I'm okay with it not matching up to the... Because who's gonna do that? Nobody's gonna do that.
Nobody can do that.
No one can. SNK is really the only company that ever did that, and the only reason they could do that is because they were making games on outdated hardware for 8 years straight.
Yes.
Which is fine. Until they went under. Q4 2018 predictions for GigaBoots. Sonic Month Mighty Number 9 review. Smash World of Tanks sponsorship.
We're definitely getting that last one. We're definitely getting that.
We're more likely getting that than the Mighty Number 9 review. I can tell you that right now. Sonic Month seems really not happening.
Yeah.
Guess what? If Sonic Month was happening, it would have been this month, but you know.
Sonic Timber.
Right.
Yeah.
This month.
It works for that.
Sonic Temper.
Right.
Look, nobody wants to watch Socktober. That doesn't even make sense. What is this, a month about socks? That's stupid.
What's on about months about socks?
People are cutting the Nike logos off of them. That's, you know, that's good for like a day worth of content, but past that, good luck making that relevant for a month. Maybe if some live streamers took some knees. Castlevania month, here we go. No, that would have been October, and that is currently Rocktober. As in Mega Man 11 comes out, we are not doing a whole month of Mega Man again. Why would you want to do a month on a game where half of the games are bad? At least with Mega Man, it's only the last quarter or so. Dan doesn't wear socks in his videos. I saw that unboxing. Thanks, Bob. Why football man not stand up? D Sonic Ember.
Sounds great.
That
rolls right off the tongue.
It really does. Hey Dan, when are you racing me in X6 since you're objectively good at Mega Man?
I didn't see it objectively good at Mega Man X6 in there.
I'm sorry, Vox. I'm running a real channel. I'm a little busy.
Ooh, the thickest of burns.
Look, I run my channel with content, not cries for help. So I don't exactly have time to speedrun X6. Now, if you all watch me as I complete another version of Mighty Number 9, thank you.
And he forces me to play through DMC.
You know, our next Let's Play has been debated.
It's true.
And whether or not we should Let's Play DMC. This is a cry for help, it's fun, she said tragically. You know, we're talking we have to do Devil May Cry 3, Devil May Cry 4, and DMC before DMC 5 comes out.
It's too much.
How many? That's 3 Let's Plays in 6 months, because Devil May Cry 5 comes out in March?
Yes, March.
I mean, we could do it.
Right.
It's only one every other month. But DMC is really long.
It is really long.
Because that's how we
I
judge
guess,
value.
I wonder, maybe I need to watch some speed runs, figure out how to skip everything, because we don't need to look for the blue orbs. We need to not do that. We need to try not to get lost in those awful large levels. That's the main problem.
Yeah. When are we starting the new series where I teach Bob how to beat X6?
Vox, I beat X6. I don't know what you're talking about.
One, he's lying. Two, he needs to beat X2 first. You gotta learn to walk before you kill yourself. Learn the infinite air dash trick. Just just fly over the entire game, Bob. I didn't know that was a glitch.
Oh no,
DMC.
in DMC, I'd believe it. Those physics are trash enough.
Well, Danny Richardson, we're doing at some point a Let's Play for X2 where Bob and Aggro have to team up with the power of the Nintendo Power strategy cards and maps to beat the level. And I'm pretty interested in that. And at this point, we may just want to wait till our new camera shows up just so we can have 2 cameras.
Ah.
Yeah. But who knows? Maybe not. Probably not in the re-release, but there was an Air Dash Forever glitch at release. Well, you know, when the game runs at like 22 frames per second, how is it supposed to know what it should and should not do?
It's true.
The end of the stream became give us bad ideas for videos, I think. I don't know. Vox, go ahead, continue. Where did Lords of Shadow come into this?
I don't know.
Oh, up here. Let's see.
Oh, because somebody was like, let's
Yakumo says DMC can go in a pile of willfully denied existence along with other M Lords of Shadow 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Don't forget Mirror of Fate.
Right?
Just
add it. Forget it.
Well, don't forget to forget it. I teach Bob how to speedrun X2, like at least just to beat it at a decent rate. Then you have to race with Aggro, and don't tell him we did that. What? That doesn't make any. Why would I? Do you mean Bob would have to race Aggro?
Because there's no competition there. It doesn't matter how bad I am at X2. I will beat Aggro.
Let me say, the divide where I almost beat 10, Mega Man 10, or was it 9? I guess that was 9. The part where I almost beat Mega Man 9 and the time it took them to beat 4 bosses, that will seem like a small difference compared to him playing X2 at the same time as Aggro. Aggro is not an action gamer. That is not his thing.
No. I mean, you saw that he was mostly heading off for Eric, and Eric would mostly just jump us in pits and use all beats.
Yeah. Well, he's got the beat. He's got the beat. He's got the beat. Yeah, and he loves holes.
The other day you asked me about those games, I give you a confused look and tell you they never existed. See?
Fair. I'm stoked for that new camera. You're gonna make a secret artsy YouTube account for test shots. I don't know. Now that I've like color graded some footage, I have a pretty good idea what to expect from it. I think we're just gonna do a trial by fire, you know? That was 10. Eric wasted all the Betos on Commando, man. Yeah, that was hilarious. That was so fucking hilarious. Eric is objectively bad at Mega Man. Well, you know, Bob, this is the unspoken cost of playing too much Kirby that people won't tell you about. They sit there like, Kirby's a nice game. Kirby's fun. Kirby's great. Yeah? Well, Kirby makes you shit at real platformers. Because you don't even care about landing a well-placed jump in Kirby. You just float your fat ass over. You can't just float your fat ass through life, Eric. Which sounded overly specific and like I'm fat-shaming you, but really it was just me taking the phrase to describe Kirby and applying it to you. You know, if we ran this podcast like an hour and a half later, he might be up right now screaming at me.
That's true.
Tragic that we're doing this an hour before he wakes up. But yeah, we're interested in doing. How dare you? I can play the platformers just fine, despite playing every goddamn Kirby game ever released. but you see, you've played other platformers, right? If you just mostly played Kirby, right? It's different. It's different.
It's different.
Yes, because you don't. Other platformers, you have to land jumps. That's an important part of most of them.
Skills don't transfer, but you can still build it. It doesn't reduce your skills with other ones if you're playing them, right? Right?
I don't know. Depends on how deep you go.
I guess if you just go all in, devote most of your mind space to Kirby.
Right. But yeah, in any case, what we plan on doing coming up is we're gonna have the weekly beating go up, you know, as a premiere every Thursday night. It's gonna go as an upload on every Friday. We're gonna do Mega Maker again. That'll start out next week. Giving Games a Chance again. That'll start up next week. This live show, of course, and then Mega Maker Friday, and that's our new schedule. I think that's everything. Oh, and also we're gonna try to do Powered Up. We haven't recorded those yet. It might be a little difficult. Danny Richardson says, hi suggestion, as in a suggestion from a high man. GigaBoots Walmart photo shoot Christmas cards for patrons.
My God.
We have discussed that. They should make a Kirby game where you can't fly or take powers, and it's a level that's just basically straight run to the right with Yoku blocks at the end. Chibi Jiruru is scarred by X7's Tornado Dungeon level, where it's that spiral staircase, and then some Yoku blocks.
I was like, is she talking about Epic Yarn right now? Were there Yoku blocks I forgot about in Epic Yarn?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It's been a while. But thank you all for watching. We will see you tomorrow for a live stream of Mega Man 11, possibly. But
right,
now it seems uncertain.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know.
I feel like the PlayStation Store might be pre-scheduled to just put it up at the same time, right?
Yeah, right.
If
like,
the Hong Kong store leaked that it's coming out this week, it's likely to come out the same day as the Switch.
Right, so I guess that's what's gonna happen.
Who knows? We'll find out when we get there. We have discussed that, I assume, over Whataburger. Maybe. I don't know. We talk about this shit constantly. Like, we bought some props to use in the Mega Maker 100 episode. You know, we have ideas. They're dumb. We could have bigger, dumber, more ambitious ideas if we could just get more support on Patreon. Like, you know, where this could be our main jobs. Like, literally, you open up so many possibilities. Because, check this out, right? If we didn't have jobs, Bob and I could be like, okay, Bob, we need this person for this video. Let's just get up at 7 a.m., right? Record that video with them and then go right the fuck back to sleep. So we'd get more crossovers done.
That's true.
Yeah, because that's fine. You can't do that when you have a job.
Or at 4 in the morning when we're wrapping up a stream, we'd be like, whatever. Here's another game.
Right. Because we really did want to just bomb our asses straight into Portrait of Ruin last week. That would have been good.
It would have.
God, that's the dream. That's the dream. But thank you all for watching. We'll see you later this week. If not tomorrow, then on Friday for Mega Maker.
Yeah, maybe we'll do Spider-Man if the Mega Man demo does come out, you know?
Oh yeah, that's true. Or Dragon Quest XI, if that exists in our possession tomorrow, because we don't know. Once again, be sure to follow us on twitch.tv/GigaBoots, because we're gonna do the premiere for the weekly beating over there, which is a live show for everyone to see it together. $5 a month if you can. These guys work your asses off. Thank you, Danny.
Yeah.
We really do. And we're getting back into properly scheduling things, because a lot, the lost productivity of the last few months has been a combination between me trying to sleep full nights of sleep, which gets nothing done. Like literally, absolutely nothing can get done if I sleep 8 hours a night. And other things like that while also working on ambitious videos. And then having the world's worst scheduling. Because, like, the way we were able to get these shows back up and running again is Bob and I had 2 days off together. And that's all it took.
Right.
Like, you could be really productive when you have that much time. But in any case, we're gonna try our best, we're gonna push hard, we're gonna succeed for you, the people. You can't say that, Dan. Is that guy's trademark?
Yeah.
You can't trademark that.
Eat your soul.
Oh no! Somebody's eating our soul. And it didn't even pop up. I don't think. I'm gonna go check. I'm gonna go check what that's about. Bob, dance for them.
Oh no, the stream's basically over, but Dan still needs to check and see what that guy gave us so that we can talk about it before we end. You know.
Also, I'd like to know, I didn't entirely pay for it with PayPal money, but a shitload of the cost of that camera was paid for with the PayPal money. Donated through Streamlabs.
Woo woo!
So, and the rest obviously paid with Patreon money. So
right.
Thank you everyone for your fucking support. It is so goddamn helpful. Okay, no, it was just that one. Okay. We're fine.
Okay.
But yeah. Man, Fox, do you think, I don't even know if Fox is still here. Do you think we might do some Shenmue stuff?
She said something, she had an idea and then she just left.
I think she said the idea.
Maybe
Wasn't that the one where you learn X2 and then
maybe
you have
that was that.
race
Okay.
aggro
All
and we were
right.
like that, you know. But in any case, thanks everyone for coming. Okay, Bob, get back in the news desk. That's where you live.
Oh.
If only we had more patrons, then Bob wouldn't have to live in this cardboard box.